Right. Commentator Vatsyayana. From sensory contact with a certain type of object, okay, you, the knower, your senses contact any kind of object, and pleasure arises. So let's say it's an ice cream. Pleasure arises and is experienced by a self. So you experience it, the self experiences. Let's just go with, I don't know, ice cream. I don't like ice cream anymore. Too much white sugar. But now, the next day, observing another object of the same type, the person desires to have it. Why do you desire to have an ice cream? Because you have a memory of it. Where did the memory come from? A previous experience the day before. Let's just keep it simple. Maybe you had 1,000 previous. Let's just go with one day before. You had your first ice cream. Very nice. It produces happiness in the mind. So the next day, that happiness is a memory. Now, the next day, you now have a desire to recreate that happiness. So your rāga-dveṣa are inseparable from your sukha-dukkha. Everybody write this down if you're not familiar with the language. Sukha means happiness. Write it down. I know most of you are, but I can't assume you all are. Sukha and dukkha. So sukha, dukkha. Now, and then rāga-dveṣa, if you're not familiar with your kleshas, write down. Because this is language you need. It's all over the Gita, all over yoga, all over Sankhya. Raga is desire, and dveṣa is aversion. So those 4 words. Right. And everybody, so when we're looking for sukha, remember, we're looking for sukha, and until we get other kinds of information, we think sukha is going to be found from the contact of a sense with a sense object. This is mundane way of going about living in the world. So you have a sukha episode. So you eat your first ice cream, the contact of a sense with a sense object, it creates a pleasant feeling, gets recorded as a memory. So now that sukha moment is now a samskara. And the next day you get up and you think, oh, what shall I do today? Well, what makes me happy in the past? Oh, I know. Yesterday I had a really good ice cream. You have the memory of sukha. So a raga arises in the mind. A desire. Raga is nothing other than a desire to recreate a sukha experience. That's all it is. A raga is not just some random thing. It's a raga for something. Well, why you have a raga for that thing? Because you believe it's going to make you happy. Why'd you believe that? Because it made you happy in the past. So you infer, actually, you're making an inference that, well, every time I had a Ben & Jerry, walnut chocolate ice cream, it was always sukha. So I infer today that, why should today be any different? So now I have a raga for walnut chocolate ice cream. And the opposite is true. I tried the black cherry. It was bitter and nasty. Now you have a dveṣa. You had an experience and it didn't give you sukha, it gave you dukkha. So now you go to the ice cream shop with your friend and he says, oh, he or she said, oh, what are we going to have today? And you say, oh, I'm not going to have the black cherry. Well, why not? Well, because it was awful. So now you have a dveṣa for the black cherry ice cream, but you have a raga for walnut, chocolate, whatever I just said. So therefore, the rāga-dveṣa is inseparable from sukha-dukkha. Do you see how that works? We have our happy moments, but then they don't last. And then pretty soon, some unhappy moments. So sukha-dukkha, sukha-dukkha, sukha-dukkha. Okay? So we want to get beyond this sukha-dukkha, sukha-dukkha, sukha-dukkha business. This sukha-dukkha business is ādyantavanta, beginning and an end, beginning and an end, beginning and an end. And it gets a bit exhausting, and we're getting older, and we're thinking, hang on a minute, isn't anything some kind of bliss or happiness that's a little bit more consistent?